Hello and welcome to another episode of Motorsport Manager with Levingston Motors. Porter, the hero of the last race, unfortunately has had a house fire, so I wonder what's going on there. Maybe a jealous rival has taken matters into their own hands after the victory. Might be an angry fan who lost a bet. Might be Engelhardt for all we know, who knows? But he now has -1 to every stat. Thankfully he's still one of the better drivers in this league, even with that -1 to everything. And of course, first lap hero, so if he has a good first lap, it's not going to matter anyway. Standings wise, we are first, but with double points on the last race. This 23-point gap is not a lot. Engelhardt has a 19-point lead on the drivers, which isn't too bad. But once again, double points, it's not that big. Show me he can keep it. We'll go 10th and above, simply because I don't want to risk 6. I think that's a risk. It did say a 40% chance of rain, but it does say there as well the odds of there being rain is non-existent, basically. So there might be rain, there might not be. I'm hoping there is, because you can always use it to our advantage. Can I design any new... I think brakes is the best one to go for. It'll have to be a risky part though. If I do that, that's the most, because we're not improving our performance, so I might as well get something in that if I can. Yeah, that's fine. That's 35. So yeah, we can get a better brakes for next season. So that I will do. Everyone's parts should be fine. And with 100% reliability, we can really go ham. We can go full ham on the race stripping now. Top 2, well, they're the same now. Spec, top 2, and top 2. Yeah, and Engelhardt's got the best for the 2 that have performance differences, which is what we want to see. Practice should be simple. I do have set up some last time, and even though this is a different layout, it literally is a chicane on the final straight, and everything else is the same. So, it's gonna be an interesting race because the engine's critical in this one because it's mostly just straights, and obviously engine is spec. Rain for practice, that's interesting. It's actually full-on wet. Well, I know the setups I'm using, most likely, so I will see you for the race. That's the end of practice. As we own it, as we were the only ones with dry times, we get 1 and 2. Engelhardt beating Porter. Not by a lot, actually. Only by, what, just under 0.2 of a second. Engelhardt set up... Oh, there's rain. Engelhardt set up needs a bit of work, though. So it's going to be inter for a few laps, then wet for a lap, then inters. The question is, after lap 5, does it dry or does it stay wet? It looks like it's going to dry. So a short first stint on inters going full out seems to be the right strategy here. Porter, I'm going to put yours to 75%. Engelhardt, you're going to go to 70. Actually, you're going to go to 65 because you have the nurse perk. I mean, that's basically like epic part. Well, not epic parts, but great parts to get that sort of increase. So Engelhardt is fine. Nurse perk with race trim. Engelhardt I need to change, actually. It needs... Yeah, that needs to be it. Because I've improved his handling, but ruined his speed, apparently. I press cancel. I don't want that. I'll take a risk and put it there. I'm thinking what's my acceleration overall. Porter's at 92 apparently, so we use that one. So he needs more speed, he needs more acceleration as well. There you go. I thought the default setups that I had would have actually been a bit better than that. So lap 5 it might dry. We'll have to keep an eye on that. If it is going to dry, we might be able to get some position out of that. But it is the Predator Racing team with the top 2 spots, as they are at the bottom of the grid of the standings. Santa Ana though behind Evans, so she's ahead of him now in the team standings. Porto will start in 13th position, right in the middle of the pack. And Engelhardt with the Diosta in the form of 2 at the back. It's 5 red lights for the Milan Grand Prix, for the Italian Grand Prix. Porto has a bad start, that's unfortunate. He normally has a good one. First lap hero, but it's not going to matter. He's going to take it back, but then get stuck behind his behind that Vexala there in Antonov. Engelhardt doesn't have a great start, but he never does he? Ooh, that is Lamb overtaking everyone. That can happen on tracks like this. I think it is going to dry. So a good pit stop is going to be crucial here. We're fighting with Sabato in the Dragon racing car. I'm going to overtake him with Porter. Engelhardt still in 20th, right over the back of Thomas, one of his rivals though, for the Drivers' Championship. In fact, we are actually slowly catching it in this straight, so I think our gearbox is actually pretty good at the minute. We're fighting side by side. We are coming out faster than her, so our acceleration is better. Weight stripping has definitely helped us there. We're fighting now with Van Arnen in the Vexala. And it looks like our gearbox is actually pretty good, because I think we're coming out faster out of a lot of these turns, at least with Engelhardt. Porter battling with Sabato, and Porter wins it. Engelhardt down into 19th again. Porter drops as well. Side by side. Van Arnen trying to squeeze us out. Porter into 14th, that's disappointing for him. It's actually staying wet. Engelhardt finally up into 17th. Porter is getting past people again. That is Gerard, not Dios. Dios is in 15th. We'll go high now because we've got to watch the fuel. Engelhardt up into 70th now, ahead of both Vexala cars. That is Johnston up ahead, Porter into 10th. It's gone off there. People are slowing. Someone's slowing us down there. That's Sabato slowing us down. Prick. Let's have a look at this. So it's going to get wet again. The question is, will it be wet or inters? I think lap 5 and lap 6 will be the better times to pit because it's dry-ish weather. I think you get a bigger bonus coming in, not driving on those laps. But what you want to see, because it is 3 lines, which is pretty heavy rain, I think. Although 4's heavier, it's normally 2, and it's going to be inters. I think we're going to have to do an interstop. Hopefully, if it's going to get wet, it's now lots of fuel. So if we get to like lap 11, lap 12 and inters, we can just chill out on the wets for the rest of the way. We'll see what goes off though. Ooh, Engelhardt goes wide. Engelhardt went wide there. He holds on to 15th spot though, actually gets 14th. And he's going to overtake both of these cars. Engelhardt on the charge. Fighting side by side with Sabato. 4 cars right fighting with each other. Johnston can't really get past us because Sabato will block her off, so we can get past Sabato as well. Diosta is actually ahead of Porter, which isn't great. Porter's keeping up with him. Engelhardt's in his sights as well. because it's going to get past Mello. Yeah, just push with your tyres. Tyre wear's quite low, so you don't really need to push save them too much. Engelhardt fighting for 10th spot. That will put him right behind Porter, but Tang's not having it, so he's still pushing his... You know what, Engelhardt? It might be... the rain's drying out, it's going to stay Inters. Porter's going to pit first. He is ahead, so he's going to get the early pit. And Engelhardt is off the track. Lost some time. Lost about 20 fucking seconds, mate. God damn it. D'Osta laughing his arse off. He's going to pretty much take the lead at the minute in the drivers. Engelhardt, that was your one fuck you allowed. You can't do it again. Engelhardt was having such a good race as well. Having a great race, but no. Look at his fucking condition. That's really taking... Well, it's at 60%. That's because of weight stripping. So Engelhardt's work at the start, he's got to do it all again. Because he's a fucking idiot. I think Potter's in the pits first. No mistake. But he's going to have a clear track, and he should have avoided the driest section of this race. Engelhardt's somehow not butter, not 19th. He's actually in 16th with Thomas. We'll speed it up a bit. So twice this season, the best driver on the grid has messed up. People are staying out. Won't have much more fuel. Mistake on the fucking tyre! Come on! He's going to get stuck behind people. No, he overtakes them. That's good. For fuck's sake! What a fix! Engelhardt goes wide, loses about 10 seconds, loses a few more seconds on the fucking pit stop. Come on, game. Give me a break. Porter can't get past Dreyfus here. Slowing him down a bit. People are still out. It is going to dry though. Will the pit slow us down? We'll get past all of them apart from Santa Ana. God damn it. And Engelhardt's still in 20th. Yay. Engelhardt. Well, the drivers just got interesting. How was the Oster? Oh no, that's Thomas. She needs to pit. We'll see where she comes out. But if we can get this dry stop right, it will be enough to see the end. No, keep pushing him out as well. But head out Oldham, so we are technically third at the minute. I think they may have to pit a bit early. So they'll go on the dries too soon. Right. How many laps is it? That's like lap 12. So that's like, oh, that's like 2 laps. We can go high with them. It's on view, to be fair, you can overtake. I mean, you definitely need it after your mistake. He didn't just go right, he practically crashed. Lammy's on the dry. Lammy's on the dries. I don't know why. Well, he's last. He's nowhere near close enough for dries. He's going to have to pit again. Engelhardt. Up into 18th. Diosta's in 10th. And the minute team-wise is not bad, because that's Lime is Silver Racing. They've just messed up their race. Engelhardt is in 18th. That is Thomas, one of his rivals, but he needs to get to Diosta. Isn't it? I just want to point out, Engelhardt went miles wide. Think where he could be. It could be top. Take away the 2 mistakes he's had to suffer with, he's top. Because going wide that far is at least like a 10-second mistake. You know what I mean? It is up here. And we had another belt over race, but no. We're gonna go miles wide. We're not gonna turn the steering wheel. That's what you need to do when you turn the steering wheel, Engelhardt. 3 laps, and it is starting to dry. So Potter's gonna come in now, 8 to 10, but he has the trait. Engelhardt up into 17th. Trying to get to 16th, he does so. Yeah, he's spitting, yeah. Soft for you. Full, because then he can push with his engine. No mistake for Engelhardt. Lam is ahead, but he has got to pit again anyway, so... No, you can't push with your engine now. You're on max fuel. Yeah, you're pitting. People are staying out on the inters, which is a bad move, because it's dry the rest of the lap. So Engelhardt should gain some time here. Put out ahead of Engelhardt. Engelhardt is ahead of Sabato. I don't know where Sabato was when we came in though. People are in the pits now. We'll see where Porter comes out. Gorg with a repair, that is Zampelli. He's out into 3rd, which is technically 2nd, really. Engelhardt into 8th, 7th, ahead of Diosta. Just think where we could have had a double podium today. We could have had a double podium. Engelhardt ruined it. Again. Dreyfus is pushing. Engelhardt with the fastest sector 2 time. So his car is really good for this track today. You need to conserve. Matt was 3rd here. Like how Portis had a really good race again, 2.24. Makes complete sense. Well, to be fair, the gap to 5th with Santa Ana is quite big, so it's still a podium for us. We're not really compete with Octane. It's... Yeah, that's good. Team standings, this is a good race for us so far, I think, if you look. Because if you take away, Lamb, Vexala, Firebird, Garuda, not really gaining on us at all. Dreyfus is really going for it. I can't really afford to compete, I don't think. Yeah, I'm not going to fight that. Diosta, I will fight though. It's still a podium, it's still 3rd. Mello went wide, which is Garuda, which is one of our... No, actually, we're not fighting them in the standings. you're going to have to attack because there's no way I'm letting the Oster pass me. Go one wide. He's way below. Lam is in the pits. We'll overtake them. So we're just getting through with Potter. We're not fighting for second or first. So we got March to drop to Santa Ana. We can't really afford to because they're pushing like crazy. You need to actually calm down with your engine. You might not have enough fuel. Just is backing off now. Oh shit, didn't mean to do that. In fact, his tyre wear was really bad. Probably should have gone on mediums. Because pushing saves you more time than being on a faster compound. So I might lose to the Oster because it's tyre wear situation. Don't know what I can do, unfortunately. Although he is pushing his engine. Good of his parts. Yeah, that's fine. No last. So 3rd and 8th is what we're looking at. We can't fight the Oster anymore. We haven't got the tyre wear. In fact, he actually needs to back up completely. You've got plenty though. Although medium because we've not really got that much excess fuel. Final lap. Renan is a few seconds behind. We should be alright. Nick Chu is out of fuel. Can Porter catch him? He can, he gets second. Second and 7th after Santa Ana went out of fuel as well. So some people push too hard and went out of fuel. But Engelhardt, if he didn't go wide, he's won. Engelhardt would have won this race. He lost 9 seconds on going wide. Engelhardt. Although the good news for him is that he only lost a point to the Oster, so that's not a big deal. I think team-wise we won this race anyway. Yeah, from the looks of it. So constructors we're doing good. Engelhardt not so much. Bowen and wheel brake. Nick Chu got fastest lap, which is good for us because Zampelli are nowhere near the top. 2nd and 7th could have been top 2. No, it could be 1 and 3rd again. Could have been 1 and 3rd. 1st and 3rd, if Engelhardt didn't mess it up. But 2nd place, we won't complain. Constructors, drivers, Porter goes on to 4th. 29 points of Levingston Motors off the top here, and that is 2 races away. He's beating Engelhardt. Porter could actually steal his championship right at the end, That'd be hilarious if he did. He is British, so I am kind of rooting for him in a way, but I don't really care. But we've got 32 points on the constructors now. So we've increased our gap. I'm pretty sure we finished 1st overall again. Thanks to some people running out of fuel. Even if we finished 2nd overall in the team, we did come in 1st, but we've gained. If we come 2nd or 3rd, it doesn't matter if the team that finished 1st is someone like Garuda or Zampelli because they're nowhere near us. Yeah, but we do finish 1st. That's back-to-back overall 1st positions we've had in terms of the teams. Could have been a 1-3 if Engelhardt didn't mess it up. We don't lose that much money now thanks to our sponsor. Could have had the 650,000, but I don't want to risk top 6 for another 250,000. I think top 10 we can do at this point. top 6 is still a bit of a risk. Right, who made the mistake? Who made the mistake? What prick made the mistake? Was it you who just loses half his stamina in one go? Max Porter had to apologise to the representative from Milan today after he soaked her in a shower of champagne spray at the podium. What are your thoughts on his behaviour? He didn't mean any harm. Oh, piss off, Chairman. Have a bit of fun. Tony Manning. What's his stats? His stamina was crap. What about his actual... 14 and 10. What's his stamina at? 75. Well, he's got one less on tyres, but he's got 87 stamina, so Manning is fired. You make a mistake, you're fired. Oh, Manning's stats across the board was pretty decent, but I can't have that stamina. No way. You make a mistake, you're at the team. You're at the team, son. Well, that's actually cost us a position on the grid there. 0%. You can do refuel and fixing. Fixing is irrelevant. Anyone else at 0%? You can do front jack. And of course, I think he'll recover in time to get 0% as well, so that we can do. You can do rear jack. Oh, hang on. There you go. That's better. 0.5 tyres. That's fixing. Fixing we don't care because we don't need to do it. There we go. But you saw, I think last race, the highest mistake chance was 0.4, and it still happened. Oh, rain at the Black Sea. Okay, this end of the season got interesting because we can actually gain once again here. Oh, crap. Get intense. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time on Let's Play Motorsport Manager with Levingston Motors.